We are talking about green hydrogen and we are not replying about for good morning. If you want to succeed in the life, मैं एक बहुत अच्छी बात बता देता हूँ आपको. ये बहुत सारे जो आप कहीं भी आप जाएंगे तो वहाँ सुनने को मिल सकता है इसके बारे में. If you want to succeed in your life, there are 3 C's which are very important. Which are these 3 C's? Communication, communication, communication. उसमें मेरा भाषण सुन रखा है. So you should not be afraid of talking to your seniors. You should not have any hesitation to talk to your peers, and you should not have any inhibitions to talk to your juniors. If you make all these 3 communication right, you will succeed in your life. तो ये बहुत ज़रूरी है. हम लोग वो करते नहीं हैं. हाँ, थोड़ा सा हेजिटेट करेंगे तो ये सब चीज़ें नहीं हो. कम्युनिकेशन इज़ ए वेरी बिग टूल. सो बस बाकी भाषण नहीं है, मैं इतना ही वजह बता रहा हूँ क्योंकि जवाब नहीं आता तो मुझे लगता है कि आई जस्ट ब्रीफ वाई वी आर वेटिंग फॉर सम टाइम बिकॉज आवर चीफ गेस्ट स्पीकर्स secretary from technology board is stuck in the traffic. He'll be here in 5 minutes. Oh, he is telling 2 minutes, so I think he'll be here. So friends, actually this hydrogen, green hydrogen and EV, everybody is talking, and every day you are seeing in a newspaper that big articles on hydrogen, green hydrogen. People talk about green hydrogen. So this conference basically CSR Research Foundation. First I'll introduce about CSR Research Foundation. CSR Research Foundation is a non-profitable organization which is concerned about safety, women empowerment, and the third thing which you are concerned about, environment. So to aligning with the government policies and to help the industry and academia, we have organized this conference, keeping in view that how we can improve on environment so we can give a better future for our next generation. So that is a basic objective of this conference. And our keynote speaker will be coming at about, because he has urgent meeting, and he will be coming at 11:20 or 11:25. So meanwhile, we'll start with our prominent speakers here. We have Shri Jigmet Tapka ji. He is from Ministry of Environment and Climate Change. He is there from last 4.5 years. And you know the role of the Ministry of Environment and Climate Change. A lot of things are happening, and with this government, the concern which we have shown, the government has shown about the climate, you can clearly see these things from the COP26 meeting, where our Prime Minister said that by 2050 will be carbon zero emission country. But just saying the zero emission country will not happen, things will not happen. We all have to work together. It's not only the ministry or the government has to work, it is everybody. The industry has to gear up, the academia has to come up with the new innovations. And that is the reason we have called in this conference the people from the industry, people from the government, and we have a person from the academia. And we have a technological development board who are doing R&D, research development on this field. So this is the nutshell. We will be here, and in this conference, I think conference overview will be given by Mr. Pankaj, who is the chairman of Indian Energy Research Foundation, and he will give the total overview of the program, how this program will run. And in this program, it's not only technology we will be talking about, we will be talking about the finances also. So we have the prominent speakers from outside, from Singapore, from UK. They will be talking, the chartered accountants who are working on this front. They will be sharing their experience and how our industry can get benefit out of it. So that is another thing which will be discussed. That will be tomorrow. Today will be totally technical session, and you will be having the government perspective, you will be having the industry perspective, and you will be having the R&D perspective and in this field of green hydrogen. So I would like to call all the speakers for the first session. First, I would like to call Sri Rajesh Pathak ji. Please come to the dais. I request Sri Jigmet Tapka ji. I request Chairman CSR Research Foundation, Mr. Deendayal Agrawal ji. And I request Mr. Pankaj Chaturvedi to come on the dais. Keynote speaker will be coming, he will be joining us. Meanwhile, we will start our program because we want to listen to the industry for the government perspective. In detail, Mr. Amitabh Kant will come, he is the CEO of Niti Aayog, because you know the Niti Aayog, how the Niti Aayog is working and helping the government to come out with a lot of campaigns which has come. We have seen whether it is a Make in India or Atithi Devo Bhava, or many things have come up in the era of Mr. Amitabh Kant. ये जो अक्षय कुमार वाली बात जो है वो मैं आपको एक बार बता देता हूँ. इसमें पैडमैन पिक्चर बाद में आई थी. ये काम हम बहुत पहले से कर रहे हैं. 2015 से हमने स्टार्ट कर दिया था. जब वो दिल्ली आए थे अक्षय कुमार जी, और प्रोग्राम में जब उन्होंने देखा कि ये संस्था इस तरह का काम कर रही है, ही वॉज सो हैप्पी. तो उसने हमारी पूरी मशीन कैसे उठा के उसका पूरा ऐड कर दिया था एक तरह से, और साथ साथ उसमें हमारे ONGC का लोगो भी लगा हुआ था. तो दैट इज़ ऑल्सो बिकॉज द फर्स्ट स्पॉन्सर फॉर दैट प्रोग्राम वाज ONGC, एंड एट दैट टाइम आई वाज डायरेक्टर, एंड देन इन्होंने बोला था कि सर इसको करना है. आई फाउंड दैट यस, एंड टुडे चेयरमैन ऑफ ONGC अलका मित्तल, she was the lady in the CSR, and she said, sir, it is a very good cause, I think we should do it. And that is the way the ONGC has supported, I think. And I thank Deendayal ji for that. Okay. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you for this inaugural. Actually, this should have been done in the beginning, but we, that in the ministry, a lot of meetings are going on, and a lot of people are very busy, so we have done this in the later stage. So now I welcome Sri Amitabh Kant ji, and I think there is no introduction needed for Amitabh Kant ji. Actually, when I was director, I have met him quite a few times. The kind of dynamism he has, decision-taking ability, and listening to the people and taking decision. I think, sir, I think it is a marvelous. I have never seen anybody is taking decisions so quick. You just listen to the problem, and he's coming out with the decisions. And that is the reason, if you see, my friends, today we are talking about Make in India, we are talking about Startup India, we are talking about Incredible India, all is given by him. So these are all his initiatives. And you might have seen at the taxi, Atithi Devo Bhava is written. It is his idea only. So this kind of thing he has done. And he is not he was CMD of ITDC, and in the beginning, if I say, he is a 1980 batch IAS officer from Kerala cadre. And what are the initiatives which government of India is taking? He is the person who is driving those initiatives and bringing to the action. So that kind of personality he is. And one more, recently I have come across that he is a recipient of Sir Edmund Hillary Fellowship by Prime Minister of New Zealand. I think with this I welcome Sri Amitabh Kant ji, and I invite him to give his talk, keynote address on this occasion, and which he has given to us. And he has given a lot of overviews. He has opened the plethora of opportunities in front of us. Let us see how we can grab those opportunities and make our India as a green energy hub, whether it is green hydrogen or whether it is a e-vehicle and all. So I think that is a perspective he has given. I would like to thank him for giving his valuable time for this conference. I would like to thank Sri Pathak ji for gracing the occasion and giving his overview and how the Technology Development Board can help to become the green hydrogen hub. I think that is another overview he has given. He has given a lot of ideas and he has given a lot of support to the industry. He has extended his support to the industry. Let us make use of that. For that, I would like to thank Chairman CSR Research Foundation, Sri Deendayal ji, because he always comes with the new ideas, how we can help the society, how we can help the industry. I think with that aim, he is running this, and I am helping him, and sometimes he calls me and that he is always saying that let us do something on this, and these things are happening. And I would like to thank all the attendees and dignitaries who have come here for this inaugural session. And with this, I end this inaugural session. We'll have a break for 5 minutes, and we'll again assemble for the first session. And I thank, sorry, I forgot. Actually, Amitabh Kanji here because with the efforts of Shri Sharma ji. And Sharma ji हमारे युवा भारती ट्रस्ट के पूरे करता धरता है, चेयरमैन है. एंड ये जो युवा भारती ट्रस्ट है, मैं आपको बता देता हूँ, ये चंद्रशेखर जो हमारे फॉर्मर प्राइम मिनिस्टर थे, उन्होंने इसको स्टार्ट किया था. एंड शर्मा जी उसको पूरी तेज़ गति से आगे बढ़ा रहे हैं, लोगों की सेवा में लगे हुए हैं. तो आई वुड लाइक टू थैंक शर्मा जी. आई थिंक सॉरी शर्मा जी, मैं थोड़ा सा लिस्ट में आपका नाम इधर था तो मैं ध्यान नहीं रहा. आई एम वेरी सॉरी फॉर दैट. बट ही इज़ द मैन who is helping CSR Research Foundation, bringing all the dignitaries here and convincing them that what work this organization is coming and how the Yuva Bharati Trust is helping us. I thank Sharma ji for that. जब वो ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन की बात चल रही थी, हम भी सोचे थे हाइड्रोजन, ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन की क्या बात है. When we started looking for, we found there's not only green hydrogen, there's a blue hydrogen, there's a gray hydrogen, there's a brown hydrogen, and there's a black hydrogen. So there are a lot of hydrogen components. So this is made from different fuel, so the name is accordingly. If it made from the coal, it's a black hydrogen. It is made from the bitumen, brown hydrogen. And if it is from the gas without removing the CO2, it is gray hydrogen. And the green hydrogen, blue hydrogen, when you remove the CO2 and make the hydrogen, blue hydrogen. And then the last is green, which already Amitabh ji has already told, and other speaker have told what is what is green hydrogen. So you all know about that, what is green hydrogen. So renewable has to play a great role in this green hydrogen. You have seen that now we are exporter of defense equipment. That we have never thought of. We have thought we'll only import. And so BEL is contributing a lot in that. Now they are gearing up for green hydrogen. I think a good move, Mr. Manoj. I think thank you for giving a good overview about what BEL is doing and how it is going to help the hydrogen mission of India. I was to speak in this, but I'll speak because I am from the oil and gas industry. So everybody is worried about if the e-vehicles will come and the green hydrogen will come, what will happen to oil industry? So I always used to say that nothing will happen to oil industry. It will go as it is going today for next 100 years. So we should not be worried about, because if you see the Indian condition, we are importing 85% of the oil, and I think gas, almost 50% gas we are importing. So this much of import. So the abundance of opportunity available with us, how we can use the renewables. And that is the reason our government has come out with the plan that we will produce about 450 gigawatt of electricity by 2050 and so. So this electricity which you are producing can be gainfully utilized to produce hydrogen, which can be stored, which can be transported. Now we are talking about EV vehicle in the transport sector. Everybody is worried that if the EV vehicle will come, what will happen to the petrol pumps and all these things? Friends, this EV vehicle coming to the India or in the world will take at least 25 to 30 years. You know the population of the vehicles, transport vehicle, in the world is 1.42 billion vehicles are running. And how much we are producing every year? Almost 70 million. So to replace 1.42 billion of vehicles, it will take at least 20 to 25 years. That too, IC engine I am talking about. If you are talking about electrical vehicles, as on today, world has the capacity to produce only 50,000 vehicles. Only 50,000. So from 50,000 we have to reach to 70 million, and then we talk about 1.4 billion, which will further increase. So you can understand the disruption we are talking about on EV vehicle is going to take at least 25 to 30 years. So for those 25 to 30 years, you need definitely oil and gas. And to produce, we are talking about 2050 will be producing, will be emitting zero carbon. I think if that happens, it's very good for our future generation. But now the technologies are available now. Thing is, how we can harness the technologies. Indian brain is one of the best brain, because I am visiting many countries. Even after my retirement, I visited about 20 countries. Recently, I was in Bahrain and Saudi, and there people are talking about green hydrogen. So in our country, when we are talking about 450 gigawatt, I think we should talk about green hydrogen. The vision given by the government, I think it is very right. We should let us see how we can work on it and how we can gear up to become an export hub for green hydrogen. That is, it's really a challenge, but I am sure with this kind of conferences, deliberations, we will definitely come out with some of the technologies which will help us to produce green hydrogen at a cheaper rate. At present, green hydrogen is being produced at about $5 to $6 per kg, which is very high. And if you talk about blue hydrogen, it's about approximately $2, and the gray hydrogen is about $1. So this is the production cost. How we can bring this $5 to $6 to $1? People are talking about, yes, we can bring it down. Definitely, we can bring it down, and it will come down. I am quite sure that this cost will definitely come down when Terry is with us and other this technology board is with us and other companies, government companies are supporting. This will definitely come down. And about consumption, everybody is talking about. You know what is the world production? What consumption today of the hydrogen? It's about 90 million tons. And we are talking about 400 million tons in 2050. Huge task. From 90 to 400, you can understand the opportunities available and the task which is to be performed. So very huge task we have to perform. So friends, I think a lot of opportunities are available. Don't afraid what will happen to the other industry. But these industries will change as the time comes. So you will see in place of petrol pumps, you might be finding the hydrogen is being pumped there. But there are challenges in the hydrogen in the vehicle. Transport vehicle. People are not going beyond 6, 7. Some places it has gone up to 20%. The reason is hydrogen is very light, but the gas is almost 3 to 4 times heavier than the hydrogen. How it will get mixed? Agar aap mix, if it is not getting a homogeneous mixture, definitely the problems will come. So the challenge is another. Another challenge is laying of lines for hydrogen. Because hydrogen has, the molecules are very smaller, they can make a hydrogen embrittlement in the pipes, because now we are talking about the gas line and oil lines can be converted into the for transporting hydrogen. Have you done any analysis on that? Have you seen that a small crack in a line can make a devastation? Because hydrogen penetrates it in such a way that it can damage the pipeline very quickly. So the ductility of the pipe, we must have to see that how ductile the pipe is, so the hydrogen cracking does not take place. So these are the examination which we all have to do. The pipelines at present, if you see the world's statistics, only 50,000 kilometer pipeline is capable of handling hydrogen. Recently, a 1,000 kilometer pipeline, gas pipeline, was converted into hydrogen, not pure hydrogen, with the mix, about 20% mix of the hydrogen. And another problems which is coming with the using hydrogen in the vehicle is, yes, surely it will reduce carbon dioxide, definitely it is going to, but the efficiency of the engine comes down. The energy produced because of the molecular weight which is down of the hydrogen. If you are using pure hydrogen, yes, it is giving good efficiency. But if you are mixing it with gas, CNG, the efficiency comes down. So these are the challenges in front of us. How we have to overcome these challenges, that is a big task. And I am quite sure with this kind of conferences where we'll have discussions, deliberations, we will come out with the solutions, and the day is not far when the India will become a green hydrogen hub for the world. I think that can happen, and I'm sure is going to happen, will happen. So with this, I given some of the ideas, some of the thoughts which I had in my mind, and I thought let me share, because from the industry perspective, things were to be discussed. So these are the things which are challenges, but I have, after seeing the presentation from Terry and the BEL work which they are doing, I am quite sure that this country will become definitely the exporter for green hydrogen. So with these words, I thank our speakers for their valuable time and advice and nice presentation. I think we should work on that, and we are expanding on the renewables. So how we can convert that into the greenhouse, I think green hydrogen, that is the task which we, I think, should think. Chief HSC is sitting in front of me. I think this is the one thing which I could take out from this. Doing a lot of things, that is correct. But what future is, let us see how we can achieve that. And one figure actually, he was mentioning about carbon emission. If you know what is a carbon emission in worldwide, if you talk about carbon emission worldwide, it's about 34 to 35 billion tons of carbon dioxide is released to the atmosphere. And China is the biggest contributor, is about 28%. And if you see, talk about USA, it is about 14%. India is 7%. We are third, but 7%. So now you can understand the other countries, how they are managing. So let us see how we can bring down this 7% to 0. Bringing them from 30 to 0 will be a big task, but I think from 7 to 0, we should be able to achieve it.
As a person from oil and gas industry, yes. I am also passionate as you are. See, the industry that ran a whole world for more than a century is now being blamed as a dirty fuel and contributor to GHG emission. This industry is one of the most environment friendly industry, and it saved whales from becoming extinct, because they were being hunted for their oil, and it was for kerosene when it came up. So this industry saved whales. And this industry
Rahul, you are right. Actually, I again say this. I always say that when I was not in the industry, I was also thinking like that. Oil and gas will vanish in maybe another 20, 30 years, and when we joined ONGC, it was like that. Right? Ready? But when we have gone through the process and we have seen what kind of depositions are and what kind of technology developments are taking place, again I am saying you, the gas, 100 years. Again, gas means 100 years.
Sir, as feedstock, I think both oil and gas will go on for next 100
Now, we are talking about coal. Ages, still coal is leading.
Yes.
If you see the energy basket, more than 50% is coal.
Exactly.
So, still we are dependent on coal. And we want to run EV producing electricity from the coal. Is it a viable option? No, it's not. We should not scrap this kind of thing.
No, I think
ultimately, we have to save the environment. Why?
Exactly.
If you can't save the environment, then why you are using for EV? Your EV is viable when you are producing electricity from gas or you are using the green energy.
Wind or solar.
That is the thing. So these are the things which we all have to think of and then retrospect and do brainstorming and how we can phase out this coal-based plants and all these things.
And I request a big round of applause for Mahawar Sahab, former our chairman of the CSRF, and request Deendayal ji to give a memento of our appreciation. बहुत बढ़िया सेशन कंडक्ट किया and it was really nice. Big round of applause please.